Hey guys, what's up? In today's YouTube video, we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about how to properly set up a Betta fish tank. So I recently purchased a Betta fish and I also got a tank. And I really like my Betta fish. His name is Bubbles, and I haven't had him that long, and I'm not considering myself a fish expert whatsoever. I've just been doing lots and lots of research on them, and I've stayed up all night sometimes just watching Betta fish videos, and I thought I'd share my knowledge with you guys. So let's say you're looking into getting a Betta fish. They are a really good pet and a good companion, and with some right steps, you can have a really happy and healthy Betta fish. So let's start off. First, you're going to need a tank. A 2.5 gallon tank is a requirement for a Betta fish because they need lots of roaming space and swimming space. Make sure not to put the tank in front of mirrors or windows. Anything less, no. Anything above is great. 2.5 or above is amazing. If you can go bigger, go bigger. Lots of people have 5 gallon tanks. Some people have 4 gallon tanks. There's lots of different tanks. But my tank is the Aquaculture 2.5 gallon corner view aquarium. It is a pentagon. It has 5 sides. It's kind of an odd shape. It's that right back there. And it's kind of a weird shape. But it's a really nice, good tank. In the tank, it includes a filter and some water conditioner. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Also, it has a LED light. So yes, the minimum gallon tank requirement would be 2.5 gallons. Next, you're obviously going to need water in your tank. So let's say you use tap water, and you can add tap water conditioner or like dechlorinizer to the water to make it safe for your Betta. Or if you're anything like me, and you can actually buy gallon jugs of different types of water. There's distilled, spring, purified. So the water I use is just a gallon jug of spring water. This stuff is really good. You don't have to dechlorinize it because it's already been really safe, and it's safe to drink, and it's been filtered. It's spring water they collected and they filter it. So this is really nice water to use. You don't have to buy dechlorinizer, and I use this not often, like once a month when I do 25% water change. And these are super, super cheap. This is like 85 cents, and it is 1 gallon, so it is perfect for 25% water. Speaking of 25% water changes, once you add your water to your tank, you're gonna have to do water changes once a month. Now, if you do them once a week, you will kill your cycle, which I will talk about later. But you only want to do a 25% water change once a month. That will just help your cycle, and you're not going to kill your cycle, and I'll talk about the cycling process next. So the cycling process is basically whenever you first get your tank, you add all the water in, you plug in your filter, and you put in gravel, and you let it sit there and get the water adjusted and your filter adjusted to the water, and just letting it cycle, get good bacteria growing, because if you add your fish in whenever you put the tank together that day, it can potentially kill your fish, because good bacteria needs to grow to kill the bad bacteria, which can grow. But to kill off the bad bacteria, it could kill your fish. So to cycle your tank, you need to let it run for at least 1 week. I let my fish tank run for like a week and a half, I'd say, and my fish is doing really, really well. Next, you're obviously going to need a filter, a heater, and a thermometer. So first, you're obviously going to need your heater. This is the Tetra submersible 50-watt heater, and it is for 2 to 15 gallon tanks, and it works super, super well. I love it. It keeps my water nice and toasty for my Betta fish. And considering that they're tropical fish, they need to be in 75 to 82 degree waters. Next, you're going to need your filter, and for my filter, it is the filter that came with my tank, and it uses Tetra Whisper mini filter cartridges. I change them once every 2 weeks. I need a thermometer. If you do not have a thermometer, you're not going to know if the tank is too hot, too cold, and you're probably thinking, oh, the heater has a thermometer built in. Well, they can break and they can overheat the water and not make it safe for your betta to swim in. So another thing with the tank is make sure your tank has a hood on it, goes over the top of the tank, just to keep dust and debris out of the tank. Can get through that. There's dust all over my lid, but if you have a filter, it will prevent that. So as you can see right there, we have the hood on the tank. Now comes the optional things. We are done with the necessities. These things are all optional. They are necessities, but you can pick out which one you want. So here comes, you got it, decoration. So first things first, you're gonna need something at the bottom of your tank, whether that's gravel, that's sand. I use gravel and it works really well for my tank. Next, you're gonna need some plants to make them feel at home. I have 2 different types of plants. I have silk and I have plastic. I like the silk plants better. Next, you're gonna need a hidey hole or something that they can hide behind, hide inside, and something that does not have too small of a hole. I use the Pen Black SpongeBob SquarePants pineapple. Make sure, as I said with the gravel, make sure that your decorations are not sharp or anything pointy. But yeah, that basically wraps up how to properly set up a betta fish tank. Hope you enjoy, and if you got a betta fish, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give a thumbs up and also subscribe.